Hi, it's Amy Rich with amyrich.net. I am excited about June's Paper Pumpkin Kit. The box of sunshine has a great premise behind it. You can fill this box with fun, bright, yellowy treats and surprises for a friend and give it to them. That's the idea behind this box when our CEO Sarah Douglas helped design it, and I love that idea, so I decided that with this box and with the idea behind it, I would create something that could go inside the box when you give it away to someone. So I grabbed some of the items from the kit, and I just wanted to share with you how awesome these are. There's so many fun things in here. This actually is designed to go on top of the box and then decorate it with these other pieces. I thought that's pretty clever. And there are all these fun little pieces to go. And of course, they're designed to be made into cards. And we are going to make something a little bit different today. So let me clean this up. We are going to start with one of the cards, and I'm going to use the one that looks like this. I used the ones already that are mostly yellow for this project, but then this is all I had left, and I think it's going to work just great. We are going to bring in our paper trimmer, and we're going to trim off the card at 3.5 inches. So then we have this left to do with as we please. Then we're going to turn this piece, and I want mostly yellow on mine, so I'm just going to turn it this way, and I'm going to cut it at 3.25 inches so that we've got a piece that looks like this. And then we're also going to take this and cut it at 1.75 inches so that we've got a piece that looks like this. Then I am going to come in with a piece of basic black cardstock. It has to start 12 by 12 because when we cut it then, we want it to be 5.75 by 12 inches this way. So we're gonna stick the shorter side up at the top of our paper trimmer, and we're gonna use the measuring tools to the right, or measuring marks to the right of our track here, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And remember, the scoring blade is the lighter blade. It has a lighter touch. If you remember that, it'll help you remember which blade is which. And we're gonna just score it at 1/2 and then again at 1 inch. And then we're gonna flip this around and work the other direction. This time we're gonna go to 4.75 and then 5.25. And I think we could have done the same thing. We could have gone 1/2 inch and then 1 inch on that side too, but 4.75 and 5.25 is how we're going to do that. All right, and then we're going to go the other direction, and we're going to score at 2 inches, and then at 2.5, and then we're going to go to 6 inches. And then we're going to open up our tray, and we might go off the grid a little here. And then we're going to score at 9.5, 10.5, and 11.5. So at the end here, we're doing it every inch. So 9.5, 10.5, and 11.5 are the last ones. Then we are going to find the end that has the longer space between score marks. So we're going to find this one as opposed to this one where we did the 9.5, 10.5, and 11.5. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to keep this bottom section right here, but we're going to trim in so we cross one scored line and up to the next one. And then we're going to do something crazy. We are going to trim the length of this right off. So you go all the way down to the end. So it looks like this. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to keep these long pieces here, And then it's easier for me if I trim it starting this way. And we're gonna go all the way down the length. You can use a paper trimmer for this part too, but this works just fine for me. Then we're going to start to just fold on the score lines, and these go in right here. Okay, so then what's going to happen is this is going to come up and make a little pocket. You see how that works? All right, so we are going to take our tear and tape, and we're going to put that on these little ends here. Okay, so that now when you fold this in like this and then fold this back, that'll stick right to that background. So we'll do that. And I just had to trim my nails, so I'm hoping this tear and tape paper comes off okay. All right. So then, like I said, we're gonna bring this up, make sure it's flush, and adhere it down. And we can just reach in there and adhere that, making sure it's nice and stuck on there tight. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. It's awkward when you're doing it for the camera, so I hope you can see this okay. Oops. I just shook the camera. I am fired. All right. So what this is going to be is a Post-it note holder. So we've got our little pocket for the Post-it note, and also a pen will fit in there as well. All right, then we're going to make a little easel for it. So the next line actually goes backwards so that it looks like this. And then the next line way down here goes up, and then it's accordion style all the way so that you end up with a piece like that. And actually, I did this wrong again. When I did the paper pumpkin class, I screwed that up, and now I screwed it up again. We actually want to go in with this one and then accordion fold it this way. My apologies, so that it looks like this. All right. Now we're going to take the tear and tape on this piece and get that paper off of the back. And then we're going to close the pocket over the top of that so that you see we've made our little easel. Isn't that cute? Now we can use these pieces that we cut from the card to put on the inside, or to decorate our little Post-it note holder. So we're going to flip this around, get our adhesive on there, and then this is going to go on the inside, leaving a nice black border. And just reach in and make sure it sticks. Kind of burnish it with your fingers. And then we're going to take this piece, and that's going to go here on the outside. Pretty slick. Now let's continue to decorate it using other pieces from the paper pumpkin kit. All right, we are going to take the polka dot piece first of all, and there are strips of adhesive die cuts there that are heavier like a cardstock, but they're adhesive. And then we're just going to put that across the center of our front and then adhere that on. And then we're going to take one of our tags. And you see I've got the foam mat underneath because we're using photopolymer stamps. It just, to me, makes a little bit nicer image when you have that foam underneath. We'll grab our crushed curry ink pad because that is a color in this paper pumpkin kit. This is, that yellow in there is crushed curry, and we're going to take the sun stamp. We're just going to stamp that off the edge, just like that. And then using the basic black ink pad from the kit, we're just going to ink up the smile. Now I want you to know that when you use this basic black little ink pad, you are going to stain your stamps, and it's okay. Even if you clean it right away, that black ink is going to stain it. It's not going to affect how it stamps, so don't worry about that. Okay, then we're going to grab our little dimensionals from inside the kit, and I like to do 4 on here. And then we'll just adhere that to the front of our Post-it note holder. And then we'll grab a few of the sequins that are in the kit as well. I love that they put sequins, and they're adhesive backed, so they're really easy to handle, except when you have fat fingers. And I like the rule of 3, you know, where you make a triangle with your accessories. And finally, we're going to take our crinkled seam binding from the annual catalog. And I think white ribbon looks great with this. It brings out the white in the tag and in the polka dots. I'm just going to make sure I have plenty before I trim it off. But any white ribbon I'm sure would do, or even black or yellow or orange. And then we're going to tie this into a bow. Then you can see it can fit a little Post-it. And also if you have a mini pen, it looks super cute in there. And wouldn't that be a fun little gift to add to your box of sunshine? I just think it's super cute. Thanks for joining me today. I'm looking forward to getting the next paper pumpkin kit and coming up with something fabulous to share. And I will see you again here soon.